You will own nothing and be happy. Those words, good evening, by the way, those words have been going through my head ever since I first heard them. And I don't know why it had this eerie echo to it until today. I don't know where it came from, but just out of the blue, in my head popped up a song. That song was Don't Worry, Be Happy. And all of a sudden, it was like the lyrics changed to Own Nothing, Be Happy. And I just thought that was just real eerie how my mind connected those two things. Now, I can't guarantee that that's what that eerie echo has been, but it almost seems like it. This is not something we should take lightly. Those that have been kind of among the conspiracy crowds, if you will, and I'm not saying that in any type of a demeaning manner. Hey, I used to look, when somebody said that, hell yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist, I used to look up to that. Now I'm like, I don't know, what's up, what you think? I don't, because there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. But those that have been in the, I hate to call it a game, but whatever, those have been around long enough know that there are certain things that have been put in place, and they've been in place for a long, long time, and the individuals behind it don't even deny it. They put it right on their websites. Things like Agenda 21, for instance, it's right on the UN's website, as well as Agenda 2030. These are not things that are hidden. Now, if you wanted to achieve the things that were in, say, Agenda 21 or Agenda 2030, you would have to essentially do the same thing as what that eerie video from the Economic Forum was saying. In other words, people wouldn't own anything. You would be able to rent things, but you just wouldn't own anything. Why? Well, hell, you wouldn't have the room to put anything. You wouldn't have enough room to put all your things. The stuff that people are talking about, Tim Pool and others, and they joke around about it, but they're serious. This is real stuff, that they're talking about us living in pods and eating bugs, and that's not a joke. The reason why these guys are laughing at it is because these guys have been around for a while. And this stuff it's terrifying. It's horrifying. And I'm not trying to be alarmist. I'm just being real. Do you want to live in a pod? Do you want to eat bugs? I hope not. And these aren't just scare tactics or anything. This is things that these people are talking about. That this isn't hidden. This isn't some off-the-wall conspiracy or anything like that. These things can be widely researched. So you have to understand, if you look at the title of the show, you might think, oh, this guy's trying to clickbait us, or this guy's fear-mongering us, or absolutely not. We know what their end goal is. What do you think they got to do to get us there? They have to take away our identity, which they are doing. Hell, they don't even want us to identify by our gender at this point. No less by our nationality or our spiritual belief or anything else. I know, you might think, oh yeah, but they do want you to identify by your gender because they've got like 72 of them now. Dude, by doing that, by flooding the market, so to speak, with genders, all of a sudden you make each one of those genders equal a little less. And eventually, they all kind of null each other out. This is not a good position that we stand in today. We stand at a time that is either going to be nothing and we just slip off, or it's going to be a turning point. One of the two. When I say they're going to take our flag, they're going to take our guns, the reason why is because they can't let us have them and achieve the goals that they intend to do, which again are widely available for you to see. You don't have to take my word for it, and I encourage you not to. You can go right to the United Nations website themselves and look at the Agenda 21 doctrine, the Agenda 2030 doctrine. You can go read that on your very own. If you pay close attention to what has happened in this nation, the things around you, the things in your own local communities, the rules in different places like public housing and other places, you will see some kind of strange things popping up. In some of these public housing places now, you can't have people over after a certain period. It's essentially a curfew. You've got a curfew. So you cannot have a guest over after a certain time. That sounds like curfew/martial law to me. Or at least the conditioning for it. Right? And where are they trying to push everybody, by the way? Out of homes, out of even renting homes, into these stack and pack apartment public housing buildings. I am convinced that they are doing everything they can within their power with things like this COVID situation to drive us ever closer to their end goal. I'm convinced of it. Look at the situation that this nation is in right now. We've got the banks that are about to start this mass foreclosure on tons of people. Many of those people still have not returned back to their capacity of the income that they had before. So now they're going to be losing their homes. Where are they going to go? Well, if they don't make a lot of money and if they've got kids, a family, guess what? They're probably headed for public housing. You've already heard, and forgive me, but I can't remember the name of the group. Is it Blackstone, I believe, that's going up and buying all the property, all the homes and stuff like that? Something like Blackstone. If it's not Blackstone, forgive me. But they're going up and buying up all of these properties. Why? Just for investment? Really? You're going to go up and pay top dollar for properties as an investment? I don't understand that. I think I would be selling properties right now, hanging on to the cash, waiting for the crash, and then buying properties. But I'm not a financial guru. I don't know jack about financial, but that just makes more sense to me. So they're essentially, once again, they've already done this once, they're liquidating the housing market. And when I say that, I probably didn't use the right terminology. What I basically mean is they're evicting a whole hell of a lot of people out of their homes and sending them scrambling for shelter. And that's just one angle of it. One angle of it. Remember what I said, most of these people are not back to making the income that they did before. And even the ones that are still in hot water with their mortgages. Many of them. Or they're in hot water with other bills. I mean, this has not been a good experience for the American people. So we've got individuals like you and I that are put in a bad way with all of this. Now you've got many individuals in industries like your service industry, especially your restaurant industry, that have just been wiped out. Wiped out. And even those that have been able to hang in there up until this point are having hell getting employees because of the let's just call it a worker strike, because that's what it is. So, unfortunately, even good employers are getting caught up in this worker strike thing. So even restaurants that have been able to tough it out and been able to make it through all of this are still struggling because it's hard for them to find employees. So we've got all these things from all these different angles that are essentially destroying our economy, destroying our shelter. We've got all kinds of different issues from A to Z that's screwing up our supply chains. I don't know that all of that's coincidence. I think we're looking at a drastic change probably this summer. I have a feeling that we're looking at one hell of a major event of some kind this summer. And I really do feel like that's when they will implement a lot of these changes. Now, I don't think that they're going to rush to take the flag or anything like that, but I do think that they're going to take the weapons pretty quick. I do think they're going to be on that. But I think they'll let you keep the flag for a little bit. I think they'll let you snuggle up to that for a little while to try to stay a little cozy. But they'll take it, because you can't have that. You can't have that. And right now, you've already got the rhetoric being drawn up by members of the government. This is the most insane thing that I could imagine. Even just looking at our government and how they are behaving, and I'm talking about both sides. I'm not picking a side here. Just looking how they're behaving is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But when you have, and I've got to especially point this out, it's not a matter of picking a side, but I mean, what is when you are a sitting member of Congress and you are speaking against the American flag and acting as if you want to remove the American flag, that's not cool. And I get we have a First Amendment. I understand that. This isn't about any of that. This isn't about freedom of speech. They're using that as an excuse. They're using the very rights that they are taking away at the same time. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's why I'm saying they're going to start canceling everything out. Same with the gender thing. You know what I mean? It's to moot everything out. It's to make everything and everyone the same. It's crazy. But it's what they're doing. And you have to understand that people that live in the upper echelon, like the individuals that attend all of these big meetings and stuff around the world, these big economic forums, they have no clue of what it's like to live like you and I. Not even remotely. Not even remotely. They are so far disconnected from the human race, to be honest. These people aren't just saying these things. These people are doing these things. And I want to impress one more time that we are standing right now in a moment to where we can either slip off that cliff or we can stand. We hold up their card game. Plain and simple. We hold it up. Now, when I'm speaking like this, understand that if we went against the system, even if it was absolutely non-violently, they're going to come back with a vengeance. That means you won't have power. That means you aren't going to be able to go to the store. They're going to take it all away. I feel like we're in a situation to where we either sit here and we let them just slowly chip away, or we put a stop to it. We can do it non-violently. We just have to stop holding them up. Any of them. Any of them. We've got to stop putting trust and hope in other men to go inside of government and fix a problem that a single person can't fix. And I'm sorry, but you're just not going to get enough true intention people in there at one time quick enough to even remotely do any good. It's already too late. We're in a bad spot. I highly recommend people listen to what these people say. And when I say that, I don't mean do what they tell you to do. Listen to what they're saying. Because they intend to do it. And they got everything they need to do it. They've got the power, they've got the control, they've got everything they need. The governments, the corporations, everything they need. So you can play their game, their ball, or you can play your own. So I highly recommend you start prepping hardcore. Highly recommend, if possible, you grow as much food as you can. You get as close to self-sustainability as you can as possible. Because if you want to beat them, that's where it starts. You're going to have to sustain yourself. Otherwise, you ain't going to beat them. You're just going to become another number. That's right now what people in this country need to focus on. If anybody wants to know what I need to be doing right now, it's getting the hell ready. It's putting back food and supplies. Training in areas that you need to. Doing the things as everyone says. That's what you need to be doing. You can't stop what's coming. I can't stop what's coming. Because people are going to push back. We're starting to see that happen. In big, big ways. And when I say people are starting to push back, I don't necessarily just mean good people pushing back against bad people. There's also bad people pushing back against good people. Either one is conflict. The more conflict that happens, and the more violent that conflict that happens, the closer that the powers that be get to their goal. It's just a ticking time bomb. Every one of these rallies that happens and all, it's just a matter of time. One of the news headlines that I'll be sharing out here in a moment talks about, I think, over 100 rounds or something like that were shot off at New York. Was it New York City Reveler? The New Year's. I'll get it right. 4th of July fire. The Revelers, people out partying, like 100 rounds or something like that. I mean, really? I'm not trying to sound like I'm anti-gun or not, but I mean, taking guns away from people aren't going to stop stupid. But why? Why are people doing stupid stuff like this? And even more importantly, you need to understand that people are doing stuff like this. That's the most important part of it. That you understand that people are doing stuff like this and that you're getting ready. Because it's not going to get better. There's really no open pathway to better that I see. Especially not right now. Especially with this administration. I just don't see a good pathway. In any direction, whether it be economics, foreign relations. We're in a bad spot. And I don't even think a really, really good administration could pull it off at this point. Nonetheless, the one we have, which I don't think is by accident. Just get ready. I'm going to go ahead and get the headlines done, get those out, and, pay attention to what's going on. But that was so eerie when that hit me that you will own nothing and be happy. Just eerily rang in my mind like, don't worry, be happy. That was just weird. I know everybody's going to hear it in their heads for the rest of the night. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let me go ahead and switch over here. I actually got a fair amount. Oh man, I didn't even do updates or nothing. I jumped right into things. I need to do like updates and stuff before we jump in. So, pardon me. So I have good news. Not to sound all grim all the time. I actually do. I have super good news. Thanks to a subscriber, a patron, and a donor, we have now, well, it's on its way, the rest of the supplies we need to get the small grow tent going. And so I'm sure that'll be here over the next 2 or 3 days or so. And we'll be getting that tent going. So that is an incredible, awesome update. And I thank her very, very much. And I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait. So anyway, Aside from that, I just kind of worked my butt off today doing various things I had to get done. So I've got the shed somewhat cleared out and rearranged the small one, the old one, because I've got to fix it. And then I had to try to locate a couple of things as well. So I did all that, and then I took some time out to. We had some boxes that were in the shed that had various stuff in it, and to be honest, a bunch of the stuff could be thrown away. I also had a bunch of boxes. I'm trying to be better about keeping my boxes for things that I don't need it anymore. And so, like, I went through all my boxes for the computer parts for when I built this computer, because all of the returns and stuff like that are all done and gone now. So it's not like I need the original packaging to ship it back, which is the main reason I kept it. And so all those boxes are getting thrown out, and I'm trying to be better with that because I am OCD about keeping my boxes when I buy something, because I like to put the stuff back in the original packaging. It's a lot of stuff, even when I'm not using it, just because, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting better with that. I agree. Sorry, I just looked over there at the chat and you were saying Civil War balkanization is coming soon. I agree. I agree. And then there's the prospect of a global conflict, and it's not a good situation. Not at all. And it's this country, just within this country, it's mind-blowing to me. Because it's like common sense just completely went out the window. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Okay. And one other update. Sorry. I did on the website here, thewatchmannews.com. I did click, or I read click. I did update the vlog today for the grow tent, so that's all updated. I will have that updated again as in the days to come, as I get the drain system set up and get it started and going. However, like I said before, the actual daily, because every day in the morning I'm gonna do an update video for the small grow tent, and I'm not going to put those in this vlog. Those everyday videos, they're not going to go in the vlog. I'm actually going to start a separate playlist on YouTube and put them in that separate playlist, because then it'll be a lot easier for me, because I can install an extension, like a gallery type of extension on my website, and then just attach that YouTube playlist to it, and it will order them all real nice and put them all neat on the website, and it'll be a lot easier for me. So that is going to start real soon. But I've got this updated to as far as we need, or as far as we've gotten so far. So figured I would let you know that. All right. Starting out with a couple of headlines from last night. Biden says getting vaccinated is the most patriotic thing you can do in a speech marking July 4th. Yeah. And if that wasn't bad enough, internet gasps as Mark Zuckerberg celebrates July 4th by posting video of himself wakefoiling while holding the American flag. I actually had to look up what wakefoiling was. I mean, I kind of had an idea. I know what a hydrofoil is and all of that. So, actually a pretty cool looking thing. Interested in it and how it works and all that good stuff. But really? Okay, now to stuff I put out this morning. Partially collapsed Florida condo comes down in controlled blast as search for 121 missing to resume. Thai police order evacuation and warn of possible second explosion after massive blast at chemical plant near Bangkok. I actually, I belong, and I said something to Patreon on the morning news about this. I know somebody that lives over there in Thailand. I mean, I don't know him. He runs several drone Facebook groups on Facebook, and so I did reach out to him today and ask if he was okay. He did get back with me. For those on Patreon, that he did get back to me, and he lives like 2 hours away driving distance, so he's all good. Venezuelan crude exports soar 66% year on year. Oil market holding its breath as OPEC Plus struggles to reach production deal. Taliban says seizing Kabul not a military objective, but warns policy could change if foreign troops stay past exit deadline. Iran's Bashir nuclear power plant resumes operation after 2-week maintenance to fix technical fault. China cracks down on tech firms over their collection and use of personal data. Russian retailer says sorry for unprofessionalism after health food advert featuring a lesbian vegan parent sparks row in country. Yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't fly over there in Russia very well. Let's see. The Cold War might be over, but the world is now facing something far worse, with capitalism joining communism in abject failure. Just kind of an editorial article that was kind of interesting. Ukraine labels Russian TV host security threat for suggesting football success was down to Shevchenko's Russian language skills, and I don't have any, that's why I mispronounced his name. But that's crazy. That is crazy, labeling him as a security threat over that. It's insane, the stuff that's going on around the world. It's not just Russia, it's not just Ukraine, it's not just it's governments around the world. 1,500 rescuers wade through mud to find survivors in wake of catastrophic landslide in Japan. NPR gets an earful after claiming Declaration of Independence is riddled with flaws and hypocrisies. See what I mean? I didn't even include that. They clearly want to take that away too. They want to take away all your founding documents. They want to take away all of it. Francis Moet backs down in bubbling row with Russia and agrees to brand as posh plonk as plain sparkling wine. Pope Francis in good condition following intestinal surgery and will remain in hospital for a week. Women feel betrayed. Online petition again transgender. Online petition again. Transgender weightlifter Laurel Hubbard's Olympic status gathers over 20,000 signatures. But yet, it's mind-blowing, isn't it? That a runner can't run because they had weed in their system. It's mind-blowing. Philippines launches investigation after crash of military plane leaves 47 soldiers dead. Everyone must be vaccinated and revaccinated. Russia's re-inoculation drive essential for stopping COVID-19, experts tell RT. COVID pandemic propels record growth of Russians' e-commerce. Same thing happened around the world, really. Hackers demand $70 million to restore data from hundreds of companies hit by cyber attacks, says a report. Sochi residents alerted to possible evacuation following dramatic subtropical thunderstorm in Russia's favorite resort. Norway to postpone lifting COVID-19 measures amid threat of Delta variant, Premier announces. Brits face never-ending woke culture wars as American-style divisions on way to take hold in the UK, a pollster warns. Crypto market struggles as both Bitcoin and Ethereum start week in the red. I don't know. Haven't paid attention to it. Bangladesh to extend military lockdown until July 14th as COVID-19 cases spike. Death toll now over 15,000. A main Russian Liberal Party rejects top Navalny ally from standing as candidate as founder slammed campaigner as nationalist. A massive effect on Germany's COVID vaccination program as Berliners skip jab appointments. LGBT plus campaigners in Georgia call off Pride March after violent far-right mobs break into organizers' office and beat up journalists. Now, mind you, this is not Georgia as in the United States, Georgia. This is Tbilisi or whatever. It's not in the United States. Let's see. Keep your hat on. Sports chief set to reconsider Olympic ban on Afro swimming caps after online backlash. Let's see. Florida condo collapse. 3 more victims bring death toll to 27 after search resumes following blocks controlled demolition. Let's see. This is a crazy, crazy one. Refusing to be vaccinated against COVID-19 is a sin, and anti-vaxxers must spend their life repenting, says Russian Orthodox Church. This, right here, is why the Founding Fathers gave us the First Amendment. What? Yeah. This is actually why the Founding Fathers gave us the First Amendment. See, not only, and really in all reality, we don't have freedom of religion, we have freedom from religion. Okay, in other words, you can be religious if you want, however you want, as long as it's within reasonable guidelines. But you can't force it on someone. Which is why religious exemptions have been so powerful in the past. Maybe not so much in the future. This is some scary stuff. It really is. I realize we don't live over there, and I feel bad for those that do. That's some scary stuff right there. And I am afraid, not necessarily that they're going to come at it from that direction with us, but I think they're going to come at us with it. It's crazy. 140 children kidnapped by gunmen in latest school raid in Nigeria. Luxembourg's PM, serious but stable with COVID-19, will be hospitalized for up to 4 more days, says the government. England's legal COVID-19 restrictions to be dropped in 2 weeks, PM Johnson says, despite warning more deaths on the way. Sydney's battle to contain COVID outbreak has reached absolutely critical point, the state premier warns. I gotta have a sip of tea. Bezos steps down as Amazon CEO after 27 years as Andy Jassy officially takes over. I'm sure this has got to have something to do with him launching himself into space. I would think. I could kind of understand. I mean, I don't know. I would think that would make it easier if something happens. I would think that would make it easier. Anyway, French Senate votes against referendum on protecting climate change fight within Constitution. A Louisiana governor and FEMA representative raise eyebrows with a video urging COVID-19 vaccine as part of hurricane preparedness. Yes, don't just board up your windows. Don't just run hundreds of miles away. Get your COVID vaccine. Because hurricanes hate COVID vaccines. HIV vaccine trial launched at University of Oxford in bid to end 40-year wait. Oh, but why didn't they just do the same thing that they did with the COVID vaccine? They'd have had it in less than a year. Right? Americans prefer low immigration by 3-to-1 margin, poll shows, which may help explain disapproval of Biden's border policies. Philadelphia July 4th revelers sprayed with about 100 bullets during fireworks show as major U.S. cities again hit with gun violence. It was Philadelphia. I'm sorry. I said New York City, I think. I'm sorry. Philadelphia. Italian prosecutors to probe Libyan Coast Guard for shooting and trying to ram migrant vote. And I see a number 1 up there. Oh, it's just the middle finger. No, I'm kidding. Pfizer vaccine losing effectiveness amid Delta variant surge, Israeli health ministry says as it mulls third shot and new restrictions. How do you like that? It's insane. I'm telling you. And they have plans. You know this. I know there's a lot of people that's been talking about another wave, at least. You know the drill by now. And if they play this off as a serious one, I don't know what little we got left as far as our small business and stuff like that. I don't know that they could take it. If we had any type of a lockdown, I don't think there's any way in hell. And I know there's a lot of people talking in that way right now. So just keep your eyes open, get ready. One thing I wanted to mention, because I keep saying, well, we haven't seen this happening around here. We haven't seen that happening around there, or around here. Different things like price changes or being out of stock of things or whatever. We saw a big jump. A hamburger, we normally buy like a big 10-pound tube of hamburger. Now, mind you, we get our hamburger from a little, it's a little family-owned store, and the meat, they do like, I think all of their own meat processing, and so like their hamburger, they made their own hamburger, and so they've got really good prices on it, and it's good quality stuff. It's not like pink slime stuff. And anyway, we normally paid anywhere on average from between $20 to $25 for that 10-pound tube. And what was it, Jen? I can't remember for sure. I think she said it was $33. I think. Pretty sure she said it was $33. So that has went up considerably. And that's here. So we are a little behind a lot of times when it comes to a lot of things like that. But we are seeing it here now, and it was a massive jump in beef. So I'll continue. I mean, it's not like we go to the store every week or anything like that. We go usually a couple of times a month. Sometimes it's only once. We try to get everything in one swoop, but sometimes we got to go pick up a few odds and ends a little bit later on. But nonetheless, big, huge increase in beef this past month. I'll keep my eyes open and see where it goes from here. But I don't think it's going to get any better, and I don't think much of anything as far as prices are going to get much better. So get what you need to get, and if you need to get prepped, get to prepping. I'm serious. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I will see Patreon in the morning for their morning news, and I will see all of you tomorrow evening, God willing. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. Shalom.